Hey, it's Jazz, back for a reading. Just shuffling these. Oh, and they're just flying out everywhere. Hope everyone's going well. So my mother, just to let people know, I guess, it's pretty big. My mother passed away on the weekend. I feel her with me. I haven't actually been too upset. Like, I was quite upset, you know, on the first day that I found out. I've just had some tears here and there, but I know that she wouldn't want me to be overwhelmed with emotion. She wants me to carry on, and I've sort of given her a bit of a tribute tonight with the heavy eye makeup. She always used to wear heavy eye makeup, so I've just followed in her footsteps a bit. Anyway, so today I'm just going to do an energy reading. I'm not going to say what I think is going to come out, because last time I said it would be a masculine and feminine reading, and which obviously it always is, but in terms of whatever energies are coming through. But we're just going to see what happens here tonight with my amazing shuffling skills. I just don't do anything fancy, just see what flops out and go from there. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles here. And a lot of us are trying really hard, you know, cultivating things in our lives, nurturing ourselves, nurturing people in our lives, and really trying. I just get this vibe, like I don't read traditionally from the cards. I just sort of read what comes through. But the tarot cards are a bit of a tool to help the channel messages. And I'm just in particular thinking of people who have loved ones, possibly children who they don't see very often, or at all. And I feel like these people are trying really hard to keep living and honor their children in a way that their children will be proud of in that sense. And these people who you know have these loved ones that they don't see, I just want to say you guys are doing really well, considering what you're going through, the limitations put on you by other people, that, you know, maybe your exes. This is going out particularly to some of the people that I know are coming into my mind. And family is a huge one. I think a lot of us wish that we had a more ideal family structure or family relationships. Family is a really difficult one. And I know a lot of us struggle with feeling like if only it was a bit different or a lot different. And just want to say that, you know, the guilt that might come with having people in your life or people that you're related to, or children or parents or, you know, sisters, brothers. It can be tricky, and we just need to remember that we do our best with whatever we're given. And that's all anyone can do. And, you know, the people who might be causing issues in your life are really sort of battling their own battle as well. And while it can be really hard to have compassion and understanding for people who make it hard for us, it is actually a really important thing to practice, you know, understanding and compassion for where someone's at, because that then takes the load off a little bit in terms of, you know, if we understand this person's dealing with mental health issues, or this person had a tricky upbringing themselves and they're only reacting to things like that, or this person has, you know, some personality issues, or, you know, maybe some mental health diagnoses, or, you know, whatever they're dealing with. And I think it's really important to take away the blame, because that only hurts everyone involved when we sort of blame another person. And it is really hard to accept a situation that's not working the way we wish it was. You might, for example, have children who aren't in your life currently, that you don't have contact with or that you don't see, and I understand that it's a really, really difficult place to be. And I want to say, you know, things can only get better as these children grow older. As we all grow older, we learn to forgive and we learn to cope with the situation at hand. It takes practice to be compassionate and to understand where someone else is coming from. And also, it's really hard to accept a current situation as it is sometimes, but practicing that acceptance of where something is at, and letting it go a little bit if possible, because at the end of the day, doing what gives you peace and happiness and what matters to you, finding something that has meaning is what's going to get you through. And I want to say that through letting go and through dropping blame and guilt and shame is the key. And mastering your own sort of physical life and your mental health, and mastering your own mind, and getting to know yourself, getting to know your mind, getting to know how it works, your reactions, your actions, your self-talk, all those kinds of things is really important. You know, it's like finding that inner peace, and it's bloody tough. It is tough sometimes to find peace. But in all of the madness, you know, we still need to fight for our own worth, and we need to believe that we are worthy of what we want and what we desire and what we are universally entitled to, you know, meaning what is meant for us in this universe. And acknowledging that what we want might be out of reach at the moment. Sorry, I'm just actually channeling all of this coming through, so I'm trying to find my words, so I'm talking a little bit slowly, or it feels like I'm talking slowly and a bit awkwardly. But yeah, it's just coming out. This is obviously messages for someone out there, a few people that I know, I think, and especially at this time. Actually, yeah, I just realized it's Christmas. I realized again that it's Christmas, and this is when a lot of family issues could be highlighted, where we could feel quite alone and we can feel isolated and misunderstood, and as though there's no hope, is what I'm hearing. And feeling like we don't have anyone on our team. But I think the really important thing is to remind yourself that you do have people on your team. There's going to be at least one person in your life that cares about you and has your back. And even though you might feel like you can't reach out to them at that time, you know, I'm feeling like these flames here. It's like I'm ready to ride the waves, and there's these flames here representative of the support of other people is what I'm feeling from this at the moment. And having your own back is really important as well. Believing in yourself can be easier said than done. It just takes practice, and it takes practice to separate yourself from the gravity of the situation and focus on the present moment, and even on the future, and trying to not, you know, let go of that guilt about the past, the guilt, let go of the trauma. You know, it sounds so much easier than it is done, but practicing on being in that present moment and doing what you can with that present moment, that's going to contribute to a healthy future, a healthy present. Because everything is going to come, this is the Judgment card, everything is going to come back around, I'm hearing. So those of you who have children who aren't in your lives, it's really tough. I personally don't know what it's like, but I've got a few friends who are experiencing this. And there's a lot of judgment going on towards you, the person who is in this situation. And you need to find salvation in doing what is right and what is best and what is true to yourself. And fostering connections. So the Two of Cups is about connecting, loving relationships, the emotions, and just allowing yourself to feel what you feel. Don't feel the shame. Don't shame it. Don't feel guilty for feeling anger or feeling shame or feeling guilt. You know, just acknowledge all of it and sit with it and allow it to be. Because at the end of the day, but victory is here. Resurrection, I'm hearing, you know, like, you know, you might have days where you feel like you can't do anything. Maybe you can't even get out of bed. Maybe you can't function very well. You're feeling pretty low. But if you push through with conviction, belief in yourself, belief that you are a good person, knowing that you're a good person, knowing that you do everything you can to redeem yourself if you've messed up in the past, or, you know, apologizing if you've messed up, or acknowledging your behavior, or thinking before you act or say something, because acting with a conscience and acting consciously, thinking about what you're doing, how you're behaving, how you're thinking, is where it's at. And then it gives you a lot of more control over your life. So if we take away the battle from between yourself and other people, if you take away that battle and just drop the sword, you know, It can be very beneficial to drop the fight and fight in a different way. Fight in your own way. Fight silently, but with conviction, you know. And through new action, or through newborn action, or what they want to say, you know, so action coming from a place where maybe you haven't done these things before. Maybe you're taking on a new perspective, which is really important too. You know, how we see things is really important, and not focusing on the negatives as hard as it can be, trying to find some beauty, remembering those loved ones for who they are, and being the best person that you possibly can be for them, even if they're not in your life. You know, if you're a father or a mother and you have children that you don't have access to, or if you have family that you don't see, still acting with integrity. You know, the Eight of Wands is about action. It's also about communication, and it might be an idea to try to reach out to certain people, if possible, with a different tact. Maybe writing them a letter, communicating what you really need and want, and how badly you want it. But that all depends on if it's possible to communicate with those people, depending on, you know, if there's anything legal in place preventing you from doing that. But sort of like think outside. You might be stuck in patterns of thinking that aren't serving you, and choosing to, so, you know, this person's being offered a cup and it's full, and she's got these empty cups, and she's ruminating about these empty cups next to her, and she's not seeing that someone's handing her something. That's an opportunity. Look for opportunities to operate differently and really master those negative thoughts. Yeah. Just want to welcome anyone to reach out and get in touch if they would like a channeled reading. It can be quite comforting, it can provide guidance, it can be quite confirming, and it can be quite powerful to have your own feelings confirmed spiritually and feel like that you are understood, and have that, you know, the confirmation. I keep saying it, but it's quite reassuring. Don't give up. I'm just hearing, you know, don't give up on the prize. Yeah, it's like the Knight of Swords here, racing to take action, getting on that bike and doing what he needs to do to live a full and conscious life, and don't allow other people to dig you deeper. Don't allow them to dig a hole for you yourself, if that makes sense. Like, you know how people say, oh, you dug your own hole, you know, dig yourself out of it, kind of thing. Don't let people put you in a hole. That's giving them power. Don't let what other people say, do, think about you, judgments. It's nothing to do with you. It's all a reflection of them. This is a very specific reading for some of you. And I just want everyone to, you know, people who are in this situation, it's going to come back around, which is what I said earlier. You act with integrity, you're going to get what you are entitled to via the universe eventually. things can take years. Patience is a really, really difficult one. I know it very well. It's like, you know, what's the point if I'm not seeing results now? Well, it's called chipping away at it. It's called doing what you can do when you can, not feeling like you have to tackle the whole world and have it all resolved in an instant. Like, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. But the more integrity you operate with, meaning the more authentic you are in your authentic being, operating from that place of authenticity with integrity as a good person, is what's going to get you somewhere and get you to this new start, which is filled with love and positive emotion and hope and belief, with the Ace of Cups here. And happiness, you know, is around the corner for some of you. You might not think it, but it is. And it might be a big corner, might be a long corner, might be a short corner. Yeah. It's a pretty heavy situation that some of you are in. But sorry, I picked up two then. Embrace the in-between. So it's like embrace this place of fluctuation, limbo. Embrace the unsure nature of it all. You don't know, we don't know how it's going to work out. We can have hope and we can work with that. Oh my gosh, act as if. So it's like, act as if everything you want to happen is going to happen. Set that mind on, because that's how we manifest things. I mean, you know, talking spiritually, manifestation, all those things. But when you act as if whatever you want is possible and entirely plausible, you are opening up that door for the universe to bring it into you. Spirit has a plan. So, you know, talking about this universal energy and deliverance deliverance of outcome that is going to work for you. Oh my gosh. Spirit has a plan. Yeah, so sorry. I'm just looking at the next one, getting ahead of myself. But the plan is to have your back as long as you act with that authenticity and that integrity. And, you know, dream the world into being. So follow those dreams, those outcomes, those realities that you really wish were real and coming into play. And find some magic in your life. It's, you know, trust the magic. So in these dire moments, you need to find something. First of all, make sure your mental health is managed. Whatever that means to you, whether you get some professional help, whether you take some medication, whether you make sure you're sleeping well at night, you know, whether diet is important to you, whether exercise is important to you. Find something that keeps you going, keeps that momentum going, that sparks your interest and sparks your motivation. However you go about that is your choice. And trust in the magic of the universe to deliver what you want. Trust that it's entirely possible that what you want is going to happen. And let the real you shine through. It says, let it shine. Don't be afraid to express who you are. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Fuck what anyone else thinks. Who cares? I mean, the mother of your child, what they think may matter when it comes to the law, but in the long run, that child is going to have a choice of whether or not to be in your life, for example. This is a very specific reading for some people. And it's going to take some time. And then we've got overcome any obstacle. So, you know, what you want is possible. Obstacles are obstacles. They can be that you can get around them, you can get over them, you can get through them. It just takes that perseverance. It takes dropping the blame. It takes forgiving yourself, forgiving other people, dropping the whole drama of it all, and just be in the present moment. Think about the future and what you want, manifesting that. I'm gonna have to go soon because my doggy is barking at me, but it's gonna be okay. Yeah, so I hope this has helped for someone. I feel like it always feels different every time I channel for readings. This is a very specific one. Yeah, so reach out if anyone wants, if you want a reading, reach out. You can find me on Facebook. What's it? Psychic medium Jazz Costello on Facebook. And you can contact me there, and we can go for a live reading where I do vocal recordings, which is live channeled. I don't use tarot reading. I don't use tarot cards in my channel readings for private readings. Thank you for putting up with my very awkward speech today. You know, I'm thinking of my mother at this time, and you know, I feel her with me, and I'd just like to, you know, shout out to her spirit, and yeah, and to bless her for everything that she did. And I guess this reading is a little bit of a tribute to her, and touched on family things and everything like that. So anyway, love you guys, take care, see you soon, bye.